you guys. Welcome back to Meaningful Motivations with Tracy Erickson. And of course, if you are new to this channel, welcome. My name is Tracy Erickson, and this is the Pick a Card Oracle reading for career and money. And this is for October 2025. So you should just take a look at these 3 pre-shuffled piles of career and life oracle cards and choose whichever one of these piles of cards you feel drawn to right now. This is pile number 1, this is pile number 2, and this is pile number 3. I will be sure to put the timestamps in the description box down below, and that way you can go straight to your reading. So let's go ahead and get started with pile number 1. Hello to all of you who chose pile number 1. So let's go ahead and see what 3 career and life oracle cards you got. The first one says spiritual work. Doing some inner work can help you get clear before you move on. You will get insights into what work will best serve your needs. Interesting for all of you who chose pile number 1. Your advice is to seek inner wisdom in a certain situation when it comes to your career and money this month. Your second card, pile number 1, is brilliance. You discover your own genius by breaking away from the grind to follow your own inspiration. Your ideas bring recognition. Wow. So if you chose pile number 1, it is possible that you've been thinking about doing your own thing, possibly being an entrepreneur in a certain way, or maybe you just want to put yourself out there in the arts, such as, for example, maybe you do paintings and you want to start selling those paintings, or music, or whatever the case may be. So far, what I'm seeing for you, pile number 1, is that you have a special talent and you're feeling inspired to share that with others. And if you do, it could bring you recognition. But your advice as well is to do some of that inner work on yourself so that you can gain the confidence to really put yourself out there in that particular way. All right, pile number 1, your third card says direction. Your purpose is unfolding slowly, step by step as you go along. There's no need to hurry or worry. You are being divinely guided. Wow. See, this is just lining up perfectly. I do feel like if you chose pile number 1, it's possible you've been thinking about putting yourself out there in new ways as far as the work that you do in the world. All right. And whatever your special talent that you want to share that is really your own brilliance, you're feeling guided to share this. But it's like inspiration that's coming from your true purpose, your heart. Wow, pile number 1. I love this energy for you guys. It looks like it's going to be a good month if you allow yourself to really connect with your spirit and to follow your heart. You don't need to know the next step. It's unfolding slowly as you go along. It's not a fast process that you have to, you don't arrive at a destination today. This is something that's unfolding as you go. All right, pile number 1, I'm going to shuffle the Halloween Oracle 3 times, and then I'm going to pull 3 cards as, clarity for this reading for all of you who chose pile number 1. All right, 2 more shuffles here. And then I'll cut the deck and draw 3 cards. I guess 1 more shuffle. Apple, risk and reward. So it looks like here you're definitely weighing the pros and cons of kind of moving forward in this thing that you want to share. So as you weigh this risk and reward, you may have to continue, as far as your money and career is concerned, you may have to continue what you're currently doing while you get going in this other endeavor that you feel is, coming from your heart. All right, pile number 1. So you are weighing the risk and reward, but you're definitely being guided by your heart here. But be smart about it is the message I'm getting from this apple. Know what is healthy for you and what is not. And as you move forward and follow your heart in this thing, it's going to be important for you to also use your logic and do what you know is right for you, okay? Wow, and then we got the Midnight card. It says the most magical hour of all. Because midnight is that time of day, night, where, it clicks from one day to the next. I really love the energy of this card for you right here. Because I do feel like you're shifting gears towards this thing that you've discovered that you are, almost like a genius in your own right. All right. And you've been wanting to break away from what you've been doing and enter this new timeline for yourself. And with this Midnight card showing up, I do feel like it is a time of transformation for you, because it's time to step into that. Even if you're still in this risk and reward stage where you're taking risks with your normal routine, with the way that your life normally flows, and you're adding something new here, but it's you stepping into a different version of yourself. And then we have Lady de los Muertos. It says acceptance and equality. So I do see that this is Lady of the Dead, right? And I feel like death, in terms of like tarot and symbolism, death is actually a transformation and change, okay? So again, this is just confirming this. You're stepping out of one old way into a new. So it's going to be important to connect with your inner self, follow your heart in this time, but also see yourself accept where you are in this journey as you move through this change and transformation. Because death, the Lady of Death, it's like, the end of one cycle that actually is also the beginning of the next cycle. The next cycle of life. This is a great reading for you guys who chose pile number 1. If you like this message, don't forget to click the like button for me, and feel free to leave a comment down below if this reading resonates with you. Thank you all so much for being here and spending your time with me. I love you. And now it's time to move on to pile number 2. Hello to all of you who chose pile number 2. So let's go ahead and get started with these 3 pre-shuffled career and life oracle cards and see what you have here. The first card for pile number 2 is ending. You may leave a position or be terminated. However, there's always a new opportunity ahead. You may change careers entirely. So there is some sense of ending in the energy if you chose pile number 2. Now, like it says here, that ending could be something like, being terminated, let go, leaving a job by choice, whatever. But this could also be just the end of a cycle for you. Let's see what else you have here. Next, we have roll the dice, pile number 2. It says, time to put yourself out there. You're hiding your talents, and it's time to take a risk and step into the spotlight now. I feel like if you chose pile number 2, this is really an end to a cycle, an old cycle of yourself, where you're going to just kind of feel like, I feel like you're just kind of not feeling aligned with what you were currently doing anymore. And Maybe you're feeling like the time is pressing on you. You're just feeling like you just want something different to take place. All right? So this is saying roll the dice. It's time to take a risk. Put yourself out there. Even if it's just socially in the workplace, put yourself out there in a different way and see what different kind of results you might get from that roll of the dice. And the final card here says wisdom. You are called to serve as a mentor for someone or as a role model and guide who can show the way. Use your wisdom and experience. All right, so if you chose pile number 2, I feel like, okay, what I'm feeling is that you're done playing small if you chose pile number 2. It is time for you to put yourself and your work experience, your life experience really even, on full display because you are more valuable than you feel you're being treated at this present time, pile number 2. So it's time for you to act like you know your value because you are valuable. So now it's time to put yourself out there in a new way. Instead of shrinking or dimming your light to fit in the workplace, it's time for you to let yourself shine and stop dimming your light. So let yourself shine if you chose pile number 2. It is time to really just be who you are because people are going to see your wisdom based on who you really are, but you got to let that happen. So I feel like the ending here, you might leave your current position or be terminated, right? But I really do feel like for some of you who chose pile number 2, this ending is an ending on playing. You're done playing small. It is time to really risk putting yourself out there in different ways because you do have a lot of wisdom to share with the world. All right, pile number 2, I'm going to shuffle the Halloween deck now for October. And I'm just going to shuffle 3 times, cut the deck, and draw 3 cards to clarify this career and money reading for all of you who chose pile number 2. All right, one more shuffle. Night Song. And this one says hidden talents. So again, hidden talents. And that is right under the ending card, you guys. I feel like, again, with this being Night Song, this is maybe something that you don't put out there. You keep it in the dark. But again, it is time to release those hidden talents that you have. It's time to stop playing small and hiding who you really are. The next card is Mummy, and that card says change. Wow, you guys, this is about changing. Okay, your inner self is changing to the point where your outer self has to change as well. So if you think about what a mummy is, symbolically speaking, it's preserving in a body so that a spirit can re-inhabit the body. But the thing about the real mummies in the world is no spirit ever came back and reanimated that body, physically speaking. But it makes me think of when Jesus in the Bible is talking about how you can't put new wine in old wineskin. It's because that old version of you is now stretched and used up in a different way, and it expresses a different version of you than what you are now. You're new now. So you have to have a new outer expression. So for some of you, it's true. You may just leave your job entirely because you can't put the new you into that old skin. Do you see what I'm saying? But for some of you, you are going to be able to breathe new life and maybe even just get a different position. Again, serving as a mentor, a trainer, a role model for someone else. Maybe someone new for some of you will come in and you will be able to at least show this new version of yourself to that person, right? Because it's the newness. That's the energy I'm getting here with the mummy. And finally, we have eternal love. Love is love is love, and it transcends physical death. So, death in symbolism, in, the oracle and tarot, Death is representative of change. We got another death-like energy in the last pile, but for you guys, pile number 2, it's all about eternal love here, because it's the energy is that even if you leave that place, whatever you learn from that, the wisdom that you gain from that life experience gets to go with you. So don't be afraid to change how you're putting yourself out there as far as career is concerned, because even if you have to leave a current situation to build something new, any of the learning and love gained there is going to remain, okay? So if some of you are kind of like afraid to leave because you're afraid to lose friendships, I just got this as well. If you're afraid to lose friendships and that's why you're not leaving, I just want you to know that they weren't really friends anyway then. Because if they're truly friends, your friendship will withstand that change and transcend the workplace, is what I'm trying to say. Your friendship, if you're truly friends, will transcend the workplace rather than just only existing there in this place that you guys have to spend all this time in shared suffering. All right? So it's time to rise above the place you were. It's time to unlock these hidden talents that you have. It's time to use your wisdom from life experience in a way that's finally making you feel valuable, because you are. All right, pile number 2, that is your message for career and money for October 2025. So if you like this message, don't forget to click that like button and feel free to leave me a comment down below if this reading resonates with you. Thank you all so much for being here and spending your time with me. I love you. And now it's time to move on to pile number 3. Hello to all of you who chose pile number 3. So let's just go ahead and get started and see what 3 pre-shuffled career and life oracle cards you have. Pile number 3. The first card is Prickly Situation. You need both tact and diplomacy to reach your goals. The struggle is worth the prize. Work around the issue and use a gentle touch. Wow, pile number 3. So if you chose this pile, it is possible that you are in a little sticky situation at work. It could have to do with some of your coworkers or other people, or it could simply have to do with, having trouble reaching your goals because of just things that are outside of your control, right? But again, you have to work around it, because I feel like it says here that it's going to be worth the price. The struggle will be worth it in the end. All right. So work around any issues that you may be having right now. Pile number 3. And your second card says Independence. It's time to go out on your own and create your own business, or try something well outside your comfort zone. So for some of you, this prickly situation could be that you are looking for a new career altogether, right? So as you work through these feelings and this situation that's causing you to want to break free, it's again going to be important to just take your time, go out on your own, try something new, And for you who chose pile number 3, the final card is In the Flow. The universe is sending you help. Tap into your inner power and go deeper to create the purposeful life you really want to have. Okay, you guys, I really feel like the message here with these 3 cards, if you chose pile number 3, is that some kind of situation that's going on in your career and money right now could be very difficult to work through. Not impossible though, okay? Now, you're supposed to rely on yourself right now, because of this independence card. Don't rely on other people or coworkers or some kind of savior to come in and help you out of this situation. This is something you're going to have to work through on your own. And as you gain your own independence here, this in the flow comes up, right? It says the universe is sending help, but it's because you're doing it on your own. You're moving forward. So as you move forward, even through these tough situations, move forward with your own sovereignty, then the universe is going to basically you're going to energetically align with the right thing for you. That's what being in the flow is all about. For some of you, it may be just that you need to get in the flow when it comes to doing the work. Because sometimes, for some of you who chose pile number 3, I feel like other people are distracting you. That's what this prickly situation is. You're being distracted from things outside of yourself, outside of your goals, and outside of your task at hand. So it's going to be important for you to break free of that by gaining your independence, creating some kind of boundary, and letting yourself get back into the flow of why you're there and what you're doing there. Why are you doing it? And being aligned with the actual purpose once again will help you get past this bad situation and help you to move forward. All right, pile number 3, I'm going to shuffle the Halloween Oracle 3 times and cut the deck. And I'll be drawing 3 cards to clarify this message for all of you who chose pile number 3. The first card is Ancestors, the love and legacy of our DNA. Wow. Okay, so I feel like the ancestors are like guiding. They're like a guiding force in our life, right? It's like a spirit guide almost. That energy is what I'm getting from this card, this Ancestors card. I feel like as you work around this prickly situation, you're actually going to be reprogramming yourself from some kind of previous programming when it comes to how much you really need to be involved in these prickly situations that are kind of outside of your own control. All right? Because with the Ancestors card, I'm getting also that this is like an energy of that kind of mentality or behavior that is passed down generation to generation, like meddling in situations that you really don't even need to put yourself into, right? So with this Ancestors card, it's going to be a little difficult at times because this is something you've been taught. It's ingrained in you to the point where you don't even know you're doing it, but I do feel like you have to learn to let go of things that you can't control. All right, then we have the Ghost card. That one says regret. So I feel like, again, I just feel like this has to do with things outside of your control, having maybe even some regret over how you reacted to things that are not in your control. It's just some type of behavior that haunts you. It haunts you. That's why it's a Ghost card. All right? So now the advice here in this is to let go of that. Because what do you do when you want a ghost to leave you alone? You're supposed to face it. You're supposed to face that ghost and tell it to go back to the energy from where it came. All right? So for you to gain your independence, you have to face yourself, how you get yourself into these situations, and face it. And that's what's going to make you overcome this. All right, and finally we have the Witch card. It says the earthly weaver of the worlds. And look, that aligns so perfectly with the in the flow card. Because if you let go of how you've behaved and what things have happened in the past, let go of those prickly things that you don't need to even pay attention to, the things you have to work around these anyway. Get them out of your life, out of your consciousness. And that's going to put you into this particular flow that is like aligned with how you can create what it is you want to create in your career and in your money. This card aligned with in the flow is all about gaining your own independence from other people, places, and things that aren't should not be a concern to you, but like for some reason it is. Let go of all that, gain your own independence and sovereignty from that. It's going to help you to focus on what you need to focus in order to create what it is that you want to create. Pile number 3. So that is your message if you chose pile number 3. If you like this message, don't forget to click that like button and feel free to leave me a comment down below if this reading resonates with you. Thank you all so much for watching and spending your time with me. I love you. And I'll see you next time. Bye.